Hello and welcome to the Deep Dive. This is where we take the sources you share with us, we plunge right in, figure out what's important, what's interesting.
Then pull out those, surprising nuggets of knowledge.
Exactly. I'm one of your guides today, always excited to dig into the details, find those fascinating bits hidden away.
And I'm your other guide, here to help synthesize it all, see the bigger picture, and kind of connect the dots within the sources you've given us.
So today, we're doing a deep dive into some, well, foundational language.
Yeah, vocabulary specifically, related to weather and seasons, based on the source material you provided.
Right. And it seems like a really simple topic on the surface, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But the source actually demonstrates a really effective approach.
Mm-hmm. Our mission here is to unpack the core words presented in these sources. Words like hot, cold, rainy, sunny, windy.
Summer, winter.
Exactly. And understand not just what they are, but how the source introduces them. It really highlights why this, well, seemingly simple stuff has such practical, everyday relevance.
Okay, yeah. Let's unpack these sources then.
Yeah.
They seem to jump right in, introducing basic words for describing, like, the day, right now, the world around you.
Well, what's fascinating, I think, is the source's focus on anchoring these, abstract ideas to immediate, tangible experience.
Right.
It's not just throwing definitions at you, it's connecting the word to what you actually see or feel or even do.
Totally. It kicks off with hot,
Yeah.
and the source defines it simply, right? When the temperature is high.
Pretty basic.
But then, straight away, it gives you this really vivid picture. Imagine you're at the beach, sun shining bright. That's hot.
Yeah.
And the example sentence is just so direct, it is hot today.
And that technique, pairing the definition with a strong sensory image and like an immediate example sentence, that seems key to how the source makes these words actually stick.
Mm-hmm.
It contrasts hot right away with cold, defines that as when it's chilly and you need a jacket or a scarf.
Right. Practical connection.
And again, the image is relatable. A frosty evening when you can see your breath. Example, it is cold at night.
So boom, right away you've got these opposite poles anchored in physical feelings and like common things you do or wear.
It's about experiencing the word, not just memorizing it.
Okay, so moving on from temperature, what's happening in the sky? The source brings in rainy.
Uh-huh. Defined as water is falling from the sky.
Simple enough?
And it links directly to a common tool. You might need an umbrella. Adds a bit more context with the example. It is rainy in spring.
Spring showers, yeah, makes sense. And the flip side, naturally, is sunny.
Presented as when the sky is clear and the sun is out, making everything bright.
This one feels maybe the easiest to just, get instantly. And the example, it is sunny now, that really emphasizes that immediate present tense description the source seems to like.
Yeah, it does. These aren't just words in a list. They feel like tools for describing your immediate environment.
Which is like one of the most basic forms of communication, right?
Yeah.
Observing and reporting what's around you.
Absolutely. And they include windy, too, described as when the air is moving a lot, maybe blowing your hat off.
Huh. Yeah, that classic relatable moment. The example, it is windy outside.
And the image of leaves swirling around, very tangible. It connects the word to movement you can actually see and feel.
So this first batch, hot, cold, rainy, sunny, windy, it kind of equips you with the core stuff you need for just daily chats about the weather right now.
It's practical language for practical observations, really grounded.
But the sources, they don't just stop with the immediate now, do they? They then shift perspective a bit. Zoom out.
Right. They zoom out to the larger cycles, the seasons,
Oh, okay.
which connects that daily experience of weather to, broader patterns of time and climate. First one is summer.
Defined simply as the warmest season. Makes sense.
But again, the source makes it relatable not just through temperature alone.
How so?
Through activities. It paints a picture of things you do in summer. Great for swimming or barbecues.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And those sensory images come back. Think of long sunny days and ice-cold lemonade. The sentence example, summer is warm, loops right back to those weather words.
Right. You see how it reinforces the link there? The season is defined by the weather you usually get within it.
Precisely. And finally, they introduce winter, the obvious contrast to summer.
The coldest season, often with snow or ice.
Yep. And again, rich imagery, activities rooted in experience. Imagine building a snowman or sipping hot chocolate by a fire.
Cozy.
And the example, winter is snowy, directly links the season to a specific, very vivid weather condition often tied to it.
So it seems really clear the source's method here is, well, Quite intentional.
Yep, hey.
Introduce a concept, link it hard to sensory experience and relatable activities, give simple examples, and really stress its use for describing the world you're actually in.
That's it, exactly. Whether it's just saying if it's hot or cold right now, or if you need that umbrella. Or even planning activities based on the time of year these basic words are presented as, like essential building blocks, tools for interacting with and talking about your environment.
It really shows how language is just so fundamentally tied to our lived experience, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
Wow. Okay. So we covered that core vocabulary from the source material.
Mm.
Hot, cold, rainy, sunny, windy.
Summer and winter. Yep.
And we really saw how the source presented them, not just as, isolated definitions on a page,
No, not at all.
but as essential tools, ways to describe the world around us, grounding abstract ideas in sensory stuff and showing their practical everyday importance.
Highlighting that crucial relevance, yeah.
Well, that brings us to the end of this particular deep dive into the sources you shared with us. It's amazing how much you can unpack from seemingly simple words.
It really is.
Thanks so much for letting us explore this material with you.
And we appreciate you joining us on this deep dive.
If you enjoyed exploring these sources with us, please do consider rating, reviewing, and subscribing to The Deep Dive, wherever you happen to get your deep dives from.
It really does help other curious minds find their way to our discussions. It makes a difference.
It does. So until our next dive into the material.
Bye for now.
Oh, but before you go, just maybe consider this for a moment. How does the specific language we use to describe the weather words like gloomy versus cozy for a rainy day, maybe how does that actually change the way we feel about that day, about a cold night? Something to think about.